Hello everyone. This month we are supposed to be covering monks, but I decided to go in a slightly different direction. This is because I have actually been asked this question more than once in the past, and this is about armed groups in Shintō shrines. Now, I'm not going to be getting into the Shintō debate here, but I want to acknowledge it. There is a lot of debate as to the origins and nature of Shintō, especially in Premodern Japan. However, there are shrines that have existed for centuries in Japan that are related to what is today called Shintō. So, without getting into the debate about Shintō itself, I'm going to just be calling these Shintō shrines for the purpose of this video, just to kind of stem anybody trying to make that kind of an argument, you know? Also, related visuals were hard to find for this topic, so there might not be much to look at in this video. This monthly collaboration series is being done in conjunction with other Japanese history YouTube channels. These channels are Samurai and Ninja History, the Shogunate, and Samurai Traditions of the Tada Genji. Their channel links will be in the description, and the links for this month's videos will be in the pinned comment. If you like what I do, please go and check out their videos also covering the topic this month. And while you are there, you should check out their channels for a variety of content. I really appreciate you taking a look at the work by other members of this collaboration project. And now, on with the video. The various armed Buddhist groups in pre-modern Japan are well known, if a bit misunderstood. However, I have been asked before if such an equivalent existed in Shintō. While I am not well enough versed to give a full and thorough answer at this time in this video, I do want to introduce an answer to this and perhaps set some groundwork for the future. The short and simple answer is yes, some Shintō shrines did have armed individuals and groups in pre-modern Japan. These belong to a larger group known as Jinin, which could be translated as shrine people. These started off as low-ranking priests who served the higher-ranking ones in a number of ways. Shintō was very hierarchical, and much like Buddhism at the time, the higher status the family one came from, then the higher ranking they could possibly get to in Shintō in most cases. Although, in many instances, this did eventually become moot, as families of priests, especially high-ranking ones, developed, and those titles would be inherited and passed down within the family. In time, though, artisans and merchants would also join the Jinin. Among the Jinin, in at least some temples, were armed individuals that served as guards at entrances and at special religious events. I have not yet found if this group had their own specific classifications or names. Naturally, the larger, wealthier, and more influential a shrine was, the more Jinin they would have, and likely the more armed Jinin they would have. As things became more turbulent over the centuries, shrines would have more incentive to protect themselves and their assets. So, from the Heian through the Sengoku periods, those shrines that would have such jinin. These individuals and groups did not act only as guards, though. They would sometimes cause disturbances, stage protests, get in fights, or attack other shrines or their clerics, and attack Buddhist institutions and clerics, much like their more famous Buddhist counterparts. I have no information yet of them being used in this manner by the institution itself, or if they were acting more like a faction within a shrine with their own interests and ambitions in mind, and not officially acting on the orders of the shrine. I also have not come across any information about them being used as a kind of private army for the shrine. I know this video actually has very little information in it, and for that I do apologize. My original topic for this month would have taken a lot more than I thought because of all the nuance and such that would be needed to cover it, and it seemed much more fitting for a full long-form video in the future. I would also like to see if I could come back with more about this topic in the future if I can find information, but I am not sure how much there is out there. So the main point I wanted to get across in this video is just to let people know that yes, there were armed individuals involved with at least some Shintō shrines, and that some of them also engaged in at least some of the activities that the more famous so-called Buddhist warrior monks conducted. Even if they were not very active, nor used as though they were armies for the shrines, it still adds another layer or aspect to violence in pre-modern Japan. I know this one was rather short and sparse, but if you made it to the end here, I want to say thank you for watching. Please go and check out the other videos this month listed in the pinned comment and also the creators' channels. If you like my work, please consider leaving a like, subscribing, commenting, and sharing. A special thank you to my generous Patreon members. Again, thank you, and I appreciate you giving me your time. Please have a good day wherever you are, and take care. I hope to see you again in the next video. Otsukaresama deshita.